Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin new chapter, that is theory of demand. And in this chapter, these topics we have to study. This is the synopsis of the chapter. First, meaning of demand and market demand, demand schedule, demand curve, demand function, law of demand, factors which affect the demand of the people, movement along the demand curve, and shift in demand curve. This much only we will have to cover in the theory of demand chapter. So let's begin. What do you mean by demand? Before that, you need to tell me what do you mean the difference between these three words, that is desire, want, and demand. If we are going to see it in detail, desire are those wishful thinking which a human being wishes, which can be beyond of his capacity. Like if a person who is having zero income or who is having zero money in his pocket, even if he can desire to have an Audi car. Want are those wishful thinking which can be in the capacity of the human being. Like if a person is having bicycle and he is earning, he can have the wish to have a motorbike. But right now he is only having bicycle, so he can want, he can have, he can fulfill those wishful thinking which is in his capacity. Now what is called demand? Demand are those want which can be fulfilled by a person within his income capacity. Means if we talk in detail as per the technically, if we are going to say, demand are those quantity which a person is willing to buy at given price and given income, so that will become demand. Let's see in it detail. As I have told you, desire means wishful thinking. Like if a person is having 200 rupees in his pocket, he can have a car. Want are those desire which is baked by the ability and the willingness to satisfy. But demand is an extension of want which can be fulfilled and has a two characteristic. One, demand defined with reference to price, and demand is always with respect to period of time. So, what is the actual definition of demand? Is the amount of commodity that consumer is willing to purchase, is ready to purchase from the market at given price during a given period of time. In other words, demand refers to the various quantities of a commodity which a consumer is willing to buy from the market at particular price during particular period of time. When a person is going to buy something and is having willingness to buy that commodity and he is ready to buy at given price which is available at particular period of time. So in this, there are three words which we put attention to learn the definition, that there should be willingness to buy. Second, it should be at given price. And third, the period of time also should be given. So overall, if three things we are combining together, we get the definition of demand, that when consumer is having willingness to buy a commodity at given price within given period of time is known as demand. So here we can see with an example that suppose the price of the commodity is rupees 20. At that time consumer is ready to buy 4 unit. When price of the commodity falls to 10, now consumer is willing to buy more of the commodity. Now his desire, his total of those commodity has been changed. Same as if the price has been fall from 10 to 5, he will buy more of the commodity. So in this way, we can say there is a negative relationship, or we can say inverse relationship between price and quantity demand we have. There are two type of demand we have to study under this chapter. One is individual demand and second is market demand. So before going to individual and market demand, let me tell you what is the meaning of quantity demand. Quantity demand refers to a specific quantity of a commodity that consumer is ready to buy at particular point at given period of time. And similarly, market demand refers to the total quantity of the commodity that all the consumers are willing to buy. There is only one difference between market demand and individual demand, that in individual demand we talk about only one consumer, but in market demand we are talking about all the consumers and their willingness to buy a commodity at a given price and within given period of time. So in this way we can have the definition of market demand and quantity demand. Now, under quantity demand, we have to study about two types. There are two types. One is demand schedule and demand curve. Under demand schedule, we have two more types: individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. So let's see one by one what is demand schedule. It's a tabular presentation showing various amount of commodity which is demanded at different prices and within given period of time. So here this is whichever we are going to present relationship between price and quantity in a tabular manner, in a table manner, that will be known as simply demand schedule. It shows an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded by the consumer. So as I told, there are two types of quantity demand schedule, that individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. What is called individual demand schedule? It's a tabular statement showing the quantities of a commodity which is a consumer is willing to buy at a possible price within given period of time. When a consumer is ready to buy and at given period of time and at given price he is ready to buy to any commodity, and that willingness to buy is being presented through the table manner. So this presentation is known as individual demand schedule. You can see at the right side of the table here two columns, price and quantity demand has been shown, and the relationship between price and quantity has been given, that price is falling but quantity demand is rising. It shows inverse relationship. It's clear from the table that consumer is willing to buy 10 units when the price of X commodity is rupees 2 per unit. Is as per the price rises, demand will fall. In the same manner, if we are going to see the situation of market demand schedule, as I previously said, market demand consists demand of all the consumer. So when it is presented with the table, so definition will be like, it's a tabular representation showing the amount of a commodity demanded by all the consumer in the market at all possible prices within given period of time. So hence we can calculate market demand, that demand of one consumer plus demand of second consumer plus demand of third consumer and so on. So it's, if you see table at the left side, it is shown that price is fixed, and price is fixed for all the consumer, and commodity is also fixed. One commodity consumer, all the consumer is willing to buy at various prices, and prices are falling. In the that ratio, different consumer having different quantity demand, like consumer 1, consumer A have purchased unit like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. In the same manner, consumer B have purchased with the same price 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So in this case, if we are going to see the market demand, so combined quantity demand will be consumer A demand plus consumer B demand. If we are going to add it, we'll get market demand. So it's clear from the table that market demand schedule is obtained by adding the demand by A and B consumer at each prices. So this is called demand schedule. Now, the another type of the quantity demand is demand curve. Wherever word schedule you will find means we are talking about the tabular representation. Same as wherever you find curve word is there, so means we are talking about the graphical representation. So let's see the meaning of demand curve. It's a graphical or diagrammatic presentation of demand schedule which show how much of a given product will be consumer willing to buy at different prices. It also having two types, individual demand curve and market demand curve. So let's see one by one what is called individual demand curve. A demand curve which shows the quantity of a commodity demanded by a household, or a consumer at its different prices is called an individual demand curve. Individual demand curve is a graphical representation of individual demand schedule. You can use this definition also. Here in this definition, we can write in simply whenever the demand schedule are represented in a graphical manner, that is called individual demand curve. Just look at the diagram. We have plotted X and Y, and on X-axis we are showing quantity demand demanded by a consumer, and on y-axis it has been shown prices of the commodity. The various situation of the prices when price is falling from 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 2, accordingly consumer demand is rising 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have got demand curve, and all the point where it is meeting we have got a demand curve, that is DD. Okay, now market demand curve. Market demand curve shows aggregate of demand of the commodity of all the household, of all the consumer at different prices and at given period of time. When we can write the definition of market demand curve, that it is a graphical representation of market demand schedule. Simple. Whenever we have to write curve definition, you can write down of market demand whenever the market demand schedule means tabular representation is finally represented in a diagrammatic manner, that is called market demand curve. Just look at the diagram. At y-axis we are presenting price, and on x-axis we are presenting quantity demand, and all three consumer which we have seen in the table, we are going to plot their quantity demand separately. DA shows the quantity demand by A consumer. DB shows the quantity demand by B consumer. And DM shows the combined market demand of the all consumer. So in this way, we can draw the diagram of market demand curve. Now we are going to see that what is the another way to represent market demand curve. You can separately draw this curve which we have seen in previous diagram, that here we are showing combined curve. Now you can show it, that you can see it, that you can represent it in a separate curve also. Like first diagram is for demand of first consumer, second diagram is for demand of second consumer, and third diagram which is of market demand, which consists entire consumer. In this way also we can represent market demand curve. Now we are going to see what is demand function. Demand function include the functional relationship between quantity demand for a commodity and its various factors affecting it. It has means whenever the price and the quantity demand, whatever the relationship is there, it is represented, that is called demand function. We have a two type of demand function, individual demand function and market demand function. Individual demand function shows functional relationship between the demand of the commodity by a consumer in the market and its various determinant. Under that, we have to study the functions of individual demand. It is affected by several factors. We can represent it with the equation like dx equal to function of price of commodity, price of related commodity, income, taste and preference, and expected price. Here px means given commodity price, pr means price related commodity, y is income, t is taste and preference, e is future expected price. So we are going to see that what are those factors and how it affect. The first factor is price of the commodity. Price of the commodity shows inverse relationship between price and quantity demand when other things remain equal, other things remain constant. Just look at the table. When price increases, quantity demand decreases. When price decreases, quantity demand increases. So it always shows inverse relationship. If the price of the commodity falls, its quantity demand increase and vice versa. So there will be negative slope of the demand curve. Just look at the diagram of the right side. When price was OP, that time quantity demand was OQ. Now price falls to OP1, quantity demand moved to OQ to OQ2. When price increases from OP to OP2, that time quantity demand falls from OQ to OQ2. In this way, we can write down the relationship between price of the commodity and the demand. The second factor is price of related commodity. Related commodity are those commodity which can be defined in two manner. Let me discuss about that. There are two type of related commodity. One is substitute and second is complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of each other, like Pepsi, Coke, tea, coffee, Reebok, Nikkei. You have several example you can take it. If we are going to see the scenario of price of Pepsi and Coke, how it will work. It will work in the manner like price of Pepsi is increasing, demand for Coke will also increase. If price of Pepsi is falling, demand for Coke will also fall. So if you see the scenario, here scenario is one price is affecting the demand of others and it is affecting in a direct manner. Let's see how. Effect of the price of substitute goods if there is increase in the price of substitute. If the price of substitute goods is increasing, then the demand for commodity will rise. Just look at here, quantity demand for commodity Coke we are showing with the reference of price of Coke. Price of Coke is not changing, but the price of Pepsi is changing and price of Pepsi has been increased. So the quantity demand for Coke will also increase and that time demand curve will move to rightward side, means DD curve will now move towards to D1 D1. If the price of the substitute product is decreasing, means Pepsi price is decreasing, then demand for Coke will also decrease. Means Pepsi price is decreasing, it means people will now like to buy more of Pepsi rather than Coke. So Coke demand will decrease from DD to D2 D2, means there will be leftward shift. In the complementary goods, if we are going to see, these are those goods which are used all together, means to satisfy a particular want, it cannot be separately used. It can use together like car and petrol, gas and gas stove, pen and ink. In this case, if we are going to see scenario, prices of the complementary good is increasing. In the case of like if we are taking the example of car and petrol price is increasing, then the demand for petrol will fall. In the same manner, demand for car will also fall. So in this case, the demand for car, if we are going to plot on diagram, there will be leftward shift of the demand curve. If price of petrol is decreasing, demand for petrol will rise. Hence, demand for car will also rise. So there will be rightward shift in the curve of demand of the car. So in this case, you can see in the diagram that DD curve has been moved to D1 D1 towards the right side. Next determinant is income. Income also affect demand of the consumer. It affect in the manner if the income rises, demand for commodity also rises. If income falls, demand for commodity also falls. But which commodity? We have a two type of commodity. One is normal good and second is substitute like interior good. Normal good and interior good. See, if increase in income, people will like to buy more of normal good rather than inferior good. Normal goods are those goods which people purchase when their income increases. An increase in income, consumers shift the demand curve to the normal commodity, so there will be rightward shift in demand curve. Just look at the diagram. Demand curve has been moved of the normal commodity towards the right side of D1 D1. Same as if there is decrease in income, consumer will not like to buy normal commodity. So for the normal commodity, demand curve will decrease and there will be leftward shift. Now people will like to buy the inferior quality of goods. In inferior goods are those goods which demand for which decrease when income of the consumer rises. Or vice versa, we can say, whenever the income of consumer rises, they do not like to buy inferior quality commodity. Or vice versa, there is an inverse relationship between income and demand for inferior good. If income rises, quantity demand for inferior good is less by the consumer because he will switch over to the normal goods. If income fall, consumer demand more for inferior good. In this case, their demand for normal good will fall. So in this case, with the table you can learn income increases, demand for inferior good decreases. Income decreases, demand for inferior good increases. Let's see with diagram. Increase in income. Consumer income increase, then he will not like to buy more of inferior goods. They will move towards the normal goods. In this case, demand curve will shift to leftward side. Same as if income of the consumer is decreasing, he will not like to buy normal good, he will move towards the inferior good, and in that case demand curve will rise towards the right side. Next factor is taste and preference. Taste and preference depends on consumers' like, dislikes, trends, fashion, climatic environment, etc. These are again two types. One is favorable change in consumers and second is unfavorable change in consumers. If there is favorable change in taste and preference, consumer demand will increase and he will buy more of the commodity even when price is continue to be same as if there is unfavorable change in taste and preference and consumer will not like to buy more of the commodity, price continue to be same or it is decreasing. So in this case the demand curve will move to the leftward side and in the first case demand curve will move to the rightward side. Last one is expectations. If the consumer expect the price in future will rise, then he will buy more commodity and in present time, whatever the price is available. And if he expect that the in future price is going to fall, he will not like to buy more quantity right now. He'll wait for future to buy those commodity. So in this case, the demand curve accordingly moves. Now, market demand function. Market demand function shows relationship between demand and price of the commodity and it again having same kind of determinants as we have seen in individual demand function like price of the commodity, price of related commodity, income, taste and preference, expectation means future expected price. Apart from that there are three more. One is number of firms or number of populations. Second is the income. Let's see one by one. Increase in population means increase in people, increase in more and more person which have more and more demand. If more and more person will be in the family, there will be more and more demand of the commodity. Like in number of children are more in the family, so we will like to buy toffee, biscuits, chocolates more and more. And if there are more and more old people, so we will like to buy more healthy food and healthy artificial things. Okay, so now we are going to see the second which is important for the market demand determinant is distribution of income. Distribution of income means is the income distributed to all the people of the country is equally or unequally. If it is equally distributed means all the people will be having more demand, and if it is unequally distributed means income will fall and quantity demand will accordingly also fall. If the government, next is government policy. If the government imposes more taxes on any commodity, so price will increase. As a result, demand will decrease. Same as if government imposes less of the taxes on the commodity, price will fall and demand will increase. So we can learn like that. So this was the today's topic. Next topic we will discuss on later on.